Good evening. I'm Stephen Mazza, Dean of the KU Law School. Welcome to the 26th Annual Diversity in Law Banquet. This year, the School of Law is hosting a virtual event to celebrate diversity in the legal profession. In a normal year, we would be gathering for this event in a ballroom at the Orient Hotel, enjoying a meal together while we honor the many contributions our diverse students and graduates make to the bench, the bar, and the greater community. While the ongoing pandemic prevented us from hosting an in-person banquet, the Law School remains committed to celebrating the success and belonging of our diverse students. The proceeds from this year's event go directly to the Diversity in Law Scholarship Fund. Thanks to the generosity of our event sponsors and our donors, tonight's proceeds are the highest in the 26-year history of this event. We invite you to contribute to the Diversity Scholarship Fund during tonight's celebration. To do that, you can visit launchku.org and make a gift to the Diversity in Law Scholarship. That page will stay open for donations through tonight's event and into next week. Joining us in the virtual audience are members of the three organizations within the law school that advise the administration on diversity, equity, and inclusion matters. First, I'd like to recognize our Faculty and Staff Committee on Diversity and Inclusion, chaired by Professor Corey Rayburn-Young. Thank you to our committee members for their continued work. Dean Leah Terranova, Professors Jean Phillips, Betsy Six, Kyle Velty, Sean Watts, and Louis Yule, and staff members Stacy Blakeman, Yolanda Huggins, Margaret Hare, and Brianna Hanshoe. For several years now, the law school has organized a Dean's Diversity Leadership Council made up of current KU Law students who are interested in helping the law school improve our diversity and inclusion programs. This year, the group has led efforts to provide a gender-neutral restroom in Green Hall and advise the administration on new initiatives. Thank you to our DDLC members, Joanna Alvarez, Zachary Beach, Sarah Buchanan, Cortez Downey, Aidan Graybill, Rebecca Henderson, Delaney Hagert, Jared Jevons, Minha Jut, Audrey Nelson, Bria Nelson, Abraham Fennensteel, and Donica Short. Thank you also to Dean Leah Terranova, who serves as the advisor to the DDLC. I also want to recognize the members of the Alumni Diversity Advisory Council: Myra Aguirre, Cynthia Bryant, Laura Clark-Fay, Amy Fowler, Rico Colster, Pat Kanapka, Jehan Moore, Demetrius Peterson, Melissa Plunkett, Drew Sampson, Kelly Sears, Henry Thomas, Jabari Wamble, Isako Yamashi, Elise Zadelis, Holly Zane, and Gabe Zoragastua. These alumni provide counsel and advice and help mentor student leadership on diversity issues. All of these activities operate under the auspices of the law school's Director of Diversity, who is our liaison with the University Office of Diversity, Equity, Inclusion, and Belonging. Thank you to our Director of Diversity, Dean Leah Terranova. Before I tell you more about the program for our virtual banquet, I want to take a moment to share updates about our diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives at KU Law. All students participated in professional identity and cultural competency training at the start of the fall semester, led by a guest facilitator. Faculty and staff also took part in a training session as part of our annual faculty retreat. Moving forward, we will continue offering programs to engage our students in the difficult and essential discussions that will give them the cultural competency skills needed to enter law practice. While COVID precautions have prevented us from hosting in-person events this year, the law school has hosted virtual discussions on topics such as racial injustice and police reform, voting rights, and the rights of protesters. In the fall of 2019, two KU Law alumni, Bill Sampson and Drew Sampson, generously agreed to fund an initiative at the law school focusing on diversity, equity, and inclusion. In January 2020, the law school introduced the Drew Mort Sampson Center for Diversity and Inclusion. Tonight, I would like to introduce the members of the center's first board of advisors. Cheryl Willard, partner and former managing partner at the Seattle, Washington law firm of Williams, Kastner, and Gibbs. Jeff Johnson, the Lorna and Russ Talbert Endowed President and Chief Executive Officer at the Iowa State Alumni Association, and John Bullock, a KU Law graduate and partner at the Lawrence, Kansas law firm of Stevens and Brandt. They will be joined on the advisory board by the founder, Drew Sampson, law professor Lua Yule, and assistant dean Leah Terranova. In terms of diversity and inclusion, KU Law has a long tradition to live up to. Back in 1887, just 9 years after the law department was created, the law school graduated its first African American student, Isaac Franklin Bradley. In 1891, we graduated our first female lawyer, Ella Brown, and in 1900, our first Native American lawyer, James Vandal. This year's entering class was the most diverse in the law school's history, with 28% of the class of 2023 self-identifying as students of color. Our Office of Admissions continues its effort to recruit diverse students to KU Law through outreach to undergraduate students and through virtual events and admissions fairs. We know there is still much more work to do. Students, faculty, staff, and alumni committees continue to advance efforts to recruit more diverse students, facilitate conversations, promote belonging, and engage the greater university and Lawrence communities. As I look at the RSVP list for tonight's event, I was gratified to see so many folks from our alumni, student, faculty, and staff, and university communities who want to celebrate the importance of diversity in the law school and the legal profession, and to support diversity scholarships at KU Law. In addition to our sponsors and donors who have made contributions to the Diversity in Law Scholarship, several alumni have established new funds in the past year to provide expanded opportunities for diverse students. Those opportunities include the Nathaniel and Floyd E. Crawford Memorial Law Scholarship, established by 1976 KU Law graduate Nathaniel Davis, as well as the Isaac Franklin Bradley Memorial Law Scholarship and the Hovey Williams Award for Diversity and Inclusion in Intellectual Property. Thank you for your contributions. Returning to tonight's event, let me tell you a bit about our program. In light of the stresses of the past year, we wanted to make sure this evening would be fun. So our event tonight features a comedy performance by a retired law professor, Liz Glazer. Later in the program, you will hear stories from some of our graduates who have received support from the law school's Diversity Scholarship Fund. We will celebrate our student affinity groups and their many contributions to the law school, and we'll be joined by Kansas City Mayor and KU Law lecturer Quentin Lucas. Before we get started, please join me in thanking our sponsors who gave generously to the Diversity in Law Scholarship as part of this event. First, I'd like to thank our gold sponsors, Brian Cave, Leighton Paisner, Hush Blackwell, Leverage Law Group, and Stevie Siegel and Hansen. In a moment, you will hear from our title sponsor, NIC Inc. NIC was started by a group of KU Law graduates. Its current CEO is Harrington, who received his law degree from KU in 1993. NIC is a publicly traded company that works with literally thousands of federal, state, and local government agencies to develop online services. This is the company's third year as title sponsor for the Diversity Banquet. We are very grateful for their continued support for diversity scholarships. We will recognize more of our sponsors later in the program. Thank you for joining us for the 26th Annual Diversity in Law Banquet. And now I will turn it over to Harry Herington, CEO of NIC Inc., our title sponsor.
Good evening, and thank you for attending the 26th Annual Diversity in Law Fundraiser. My name is Harry Herington, and I'm honored to speak to you tonight, not only as the Chief Executive Officer and Chairman of the Board for NIC, but also as a graduate of the KU School of Law. NIC is proud to continue our role as presenting sponsor of this important event, which promotes diversity at KU Law and raises critical funds for the Diversity Scholarship Program. I am a firm believer that the legal profession has a responsibility to make a difference when it comes to supporting diversity and inclusion within our profession and our communities. Over the past year, we have heard a lot of rhetoric on the need for change, but little real action. Face it, nothing will change unless we change it. As current and future leaders in our communities, you have a unique ability to make a difference. I challenge all of you to make that difference. We need to do more than just talk about the importance of diversity. We need to lead by example, both personally and professionally. Be the voice and the leader that helps to affect real change in our communities and our country. By attending tonight's event, you've already made the decision to support diversity and inclusion at KU Law and to give support to the next generation of KU Law students. I would like to personally thank you for showing your support and for the difference you are making through your donations. The money raised tonight will make a difference by providing scholarships to students who have worked hard and deserve to join us in the legal profession. Without our support, many of these students would not have that opportunity. Together, we can give them that chance. Thank you again for attending and truly supporting the University of Kansas School of Law. Thank you.